Welcome to the Minute of Terror channel. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. It was a hot night, one of those where the air seemed to stick to your skin. We were all sitting around a giant mango tree in the backyard of the old house, the leaves swaying lightly with the breeze. My grandfather had lit a small fire, more to keep the mosquitoes away than to warm us up. We liked to sit there, telling stories, laughing about the day's nonsense. But that night, my mother decided to tell something different. She lowered her voice, like someone revealing a secret, and began, "Have you ever heard of old Zé das Correntes?" She asked, looking at each of us. No one answered, so she went on. He was a slave who worked these lands over 100 years ago. They say he died in the field, real close to here, carrying a bundle of sugarcane that never made it to the mill. He didn't get a burial, didn't get any rest. His body was left there, abandoned, until it turned to dust over time. But his spirit never left. People who pass by here at night swear they feel a heaviness in the air, like someone's watching. We laughed, a bit nervous, but the way she told it sent chills down our spines. The mango tree seemed bigger at that moment, the shadows of the leaves dancing on the ground. I asked if it was true, and she just shrugged. "That's what they say, my son. That's what they say." The night grew darker, and the full moon rose in the sky, casting a silvery light over the backyard. The fire had turned to embers, and we were still there, kind of quiet, still thinking about my mother's story. That's when I noticed something strange. Among the shadows of the trees and our own silhouettes, there was something that didn't move, a still shadow, darker than the others, like it was made of a pitch blackness that swallowed the light. It didn't sway with the wind, didn't follow the rustling of the leaves. It was just there, watching. I nudged my brother, pointing with my chin, and his eyes widened. "You seeing this?" I whispered. He nodded, but before we could say anything else, the dog, old Brutus, perked up his ears and started to growl. It wasn't the kind of growl he'd let out when a cat passed by on the wall. It was low, steady, coming from deep in his chest. He stood up, his fur bristling, staring right at the spot where the shadow was. My mother frowned and got up, trying to calm Brutus. "Easy, boy, it's probably just some bug." But the dog wouldn't stop. And I swear in that moment, I felt a chill crawl up the back of my neck. The shadow didn't have a human shape, but you could feel it was alive, that it had eyes. We stayed there, frozen, listening to the growling and the heavy silence that followed. My father, who had been listening quietly until then, decided to take action. "Enough of this," he said, grabbing the flashlight he always carried in his pocket. He aimed the beam straight at the spot where the shadow had been, cutting through the darkness. The light illuminated the ground, the roots of the mango tree, some dry branches, but nothing, absolutely nothing. The shadow was gone, as if it had never been there. Brutus stopped growling right away, wagging his tail, confused. "See? Just your imagination," my father said, laughing to brush it off. But then he turned off the flashlight, and the backyard fell back into the moonlight. And there it was, the shadow. Only now it seemed closer. Not by much, maybe a couple of steps, but enough for us to notice. It didn't have a clear outline, but I felt a tightness in my chest, like it was trying to say something. My mother yelled, "Inside now?" And no one argued. We ran, tripping over our own feet, Brutus barking behind us. I slammed the door shut, and my father locked everything. We stayed up the whole night, peeking out the window, but we didn't see anything else. Just a mango tree, quiet, swaying in the wind. After that night, no one wanted to sit there to tell stories anymore. The backyard stayed empty, and the mango tree, well, it's still there, but I never look at it at night. What if the shadow decides to come back?